UFO sightings on the rise. You're at the right place. Thanks for joining us on this live premiere, everybody. Blake Cousins. If you're looking for UFOs, you're going to see them. So let's just get to it. It's incredible to share with you. The videos are coming in at a rapid pace, and we wanted to give a big shout out to the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. He's allowed us to get permission to share this video coming out of Wiltshire, UK. Watch this.
They're tall.
Not there. That is fucking weird. That has baffled me.
There, it's there.
What is it?
Oh God, what is that?
It looks like a taco. It's moving. It's a bit weird. What is it? What is it?
Fuck is that?
It looks like a balloon. I don't know. I can't work it out.
All right, we're going to get a little closer look. I'm slowing the video down so we could stabilize as well this particular object in the sky that resembles, people are saying it right now in the chat, a TR-3B. We're looking at this thing, and it is massive in size. We can see the comparison to the bird that's very close to the camera, in my opinion, and you see the poles, the street lights going in front of this triangular object. I'd have to say whatever this object is at least 30 to maybe 50 feet in length. What are we looking at? Again, permission granted. We just received this video just moments ago, and we're sharing it as fast as possible to you right here at Third Phase of Moon. So what was captured in Wiltshire, UK? Again, you can see the craft traverse behind the trees, again, giving it size and dimension, in my opinion, at least 40 to 50 feet in length. It's peculiar in its way of dynamics. Some people might say that it could be a kite. Brent, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Blake, this was really cool. I like what we're looking at. Definitely, we're looking at something that's just kind of just stationary, and we get great close-ups. That's the best part. We could see that the guy's driving and actually getting a really good vantage point right there. We're getting it. And then he zooms in. This thing kind of has stealth-like qualities. It's black. There's really no shine coming off of it. It's pretty much just matted black. Again, look at these pictures. It's good. It's stable. We're not seeing any blurriness. It's pretty clear. Everything that we're seeing has a lot of information in it. Do we see any wobble like a kite would, or is it drifting? It seems kind of intelligent in its own flight.
Could this be some kind of advertising banner, Brent? We're not seeing any kind of a tether of an airplane pulling this thing along. It has almost a saucer-shaped dimensions, and it has its own characteristics of a triangular shape and a saucer shape at the same time. Again, if this were a kite, you would see it flutter in the wind, and I'm not seeing any of that. It seems very stationary in a way of its... You can see a little wobble on it here and there, which is interesting to me, but is that because of its shape-shifting characteristics that we're looking at? It's, again, very bizarre, and we thank, again, the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 for allowing us to share this incredible video with you. We've got so many videos tonight, so buckle up, everybody. We just got started. Take a look at this. Coming out of Mexico via Jaime Maussan. Take a look. Is this a weird object or what? And what's up with these UFOs that are in close proximity to active volcanoes? This thing seems to have wings on it, but it's illuminated in the dark sky and then kind of zips off and dematerializes. Is it just dissipating? Is it something from the volcano itself? It comes from behind the mountain, not from the crater itself. So what could this possibly be but a UFO? We don't know what it is. Again, we're not claiming we're experts on anything, but we are experts, in my opinion, getting the word out as fast as possible. The information that continues to come in rapid fire. So again, the correlation between those volcanoes, I want you to take a close look at this object. At the upper portion of the video, it just stands there. It just stalls and then descends downward, and then boom, it picks up speed, stops. We're going to look at this closer. Again, I don't think this is a drone, guys. This is very unusual. It just hovers and then descends down, and then I like the way it just like picks up this descent. Drones don't really drop at a rapid rate of speed unless you just kind of cut the power on it. It just kind of comes down at a consistent rate. And then the activity across these volcanoes, the same volcano, and you've seen a lot of UFO videos from this Mexican volcano over and over again, and continues to happen ongoing. Brent, any thoughts on the activity over here in Mexico?
Yeah, we have an active volcano right here in Hawaii, and we've been hearing reports of strange lights in the skies over the past couple months, and now kind of volcanic activities launching all over the world. What is it? Is there a correlation going on? These strange lights and orbs that we see next to these volcanoes always remain a mystery, but we're capturing them on camera, and that's the best part. What is it? What are they? These orbs, are they living, or are they interdimensional spacecraft coming close to hot active volcanoes?
You got to think, people, that with the activity with UFOs and volcanoes, again, we're looking at this shot in the daytime, and it's very interesting. We're highlighting it, and again, it just hovers there, and then again, it seems like there's some intelligence behind it. Then it drops at a rapid rate, stations out, and I guess the cameraman lost it. I really like this shot. It's definitely not a bird. It could be a drone. But again, the activity around the volcanoes in South America and around the world, even here in Hawaii, next to Kilauea, there's a connection. And I think you guys agree with us on this one. So you guys want more UFO videos? Hit that thumbs up right now, and we'll continue on with more incredible sightings from around the world. Guys, I want you to take a close look at this.
Perros. Sana. Susi. Sana. Vijaya. Salga a la cancha. Vijay. Vijay, que es una. No veo eso que me está cayendo por un lado. Pues marica, ya me dio miedo. Ya en el cielo. Eso no es una cometa. Trabajando. Vienen por usted, Susana.
Güey.
No, se está intentando. ¿Y eso está por donde Pedro?
Vela ese, vela ahí.
Ay, sí.
Pero se metió. Se bajó. Ahí ya se metió. Ya.
Again, South America, Colombia, a broad daylight sighting of a disc-shaped object hovering over a small neighborhood, a village. They're lucky enough to capture this. Unfortunately, it was shot on a potato, I have to say. The camera's not that great, but who cares? Look at the evidence that we're looking at. On a downward trending motion, and it seems that it landed in the forest, within the forest. It's interesting. We're getting size and dimension again. This is great. I'm having to guess that this object, we're looking at the blown up version of it. I probably in about 100%, maybe a little bit more. This object is at least 50 to 100 feet in length here. And look, it starts to disappear behind the canopy. I'm looking. You see it? It goes behind the canopy of the tree line there, and you can see the forest background. So again, we're getting this size and dimension. What is it? It's definitely not a helicopter. It's not a hang glider. It's not a blimp. It looks like a disc. This is incredible footage coming out of South America, Colombia. Guys, we even have more videos coming up, but I want to get your thoughts as this thing, again, lands in the forest of Colombia. This is exciting. It almost reminds me of Predator. I don't know. What about you, Brent?
Almost reminds me of Witch Mountain. You guys remember that one? Hey, look at this thing. It's just slowly descending, and we get a really good close-up on this thing. And this thing, exactly, it looks like a flying saucer right there. I don't know what to say. Hey, check this one out. New videos coming up right now.
Coming in from our friends over there in Australia. A lot of weird stuff going on. Take a look at this. This was captured over Lake Tinaroo on the 25th of April 2019. Jacqueline Rastrick has given us permission to share this video with you, and we want to get your thoughts. Exactly what's going on here. We could hear from the testimony from Jacqueline and her son that they can explain what's going on. Take a look at this.
It's getting longer. Look at it.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting longer.
All right, so I pulled up the original to the left and I blew up the one to the right that we're looking at. I added a little brightness contrast to make out exactly what we're looking at, and it's interesting. We have some kind of event, a fire on the ground.
Black circle looking thing.
Where?
Right there. Water.
What about? Oh, what?
Right there.
Oh,
Look.
oh.
I'm going to keep an eye on context against that
Where, here?
weird looking
Yeah, over there, look.
saucer.
Black thing. Oh, yeah. No, I'm checking out this too. Look, what's this? Usually when I record something here, the video disappears. So I'm going to make sure it stays on my phone.
Yup. That's some weird shit right there. Can't wait to post this on Facebook.
Yeah, let's look at this. I notice the smoke. It's moving to the left, but whatever that object is in the center of our picture really stands out. It looks like it's almost part of the smoke itself, and it created a cigar shape, but it's not moving. It's not moving with the wind.
Very strange. You would think that if this was a wisp of smoke, it would have dissipated by now, but it's remaining very stationary in the sky. Anybody else capture this? We want to see your videos, but you can see the direction of the smoke coming from the ground. It's obviously going left, and this thing's just dead center.
Yeah, it's stationary. Take a look at that. I'm looking at this, and I don't really see any other clouds in the sky. I was thinking, could this just be a cloud in the foreground that's just standing there in this frame of an event going on? But then I look closely at the color of whatever that is. That kind of does look snake-like, matches the consistency of the smoke itself. So I think it's related in what's really going on right up in the sky there. Is this some sort of funnel cloud that's creating like a atmospheric event, a horizontal
Yeah, but it's like it just stood still for a minute.
cloud formation?
Look at the come look here on the phone. Look at these other clouds, just where it's coming out. It wasn't even. It's like it just stalled. Look, they're still staying the same.
What we hear from the eyewitness, they're basically saying that they're kind of freaking out. They're stating that it's a UFO, it's a flying saucer, and they're seeing some weird things within the lake. At the same time, some people might speculate that there may be some kind of UFO activity underneath the lake in itself, and that there could be a correlation between this. What we're looking at right now is definitely strange. Obviously,
Yeah, take a look at that, Blake. It does look like it's actually getting smaller. Is that the case?
Yeah, it's disappearing. Yeah, look at that. I got it. Gone.
Gone. That's the weirdest I've ever seen.
One of these see a light shoot or something.
So where did you see it come from?
It was just sitting there and I was just looking at the smoke. I'm thinking, what's that line?
We're getting some eyewitness testimony on the ground here, and it's always good to hear it. And we're going to be supplying the original link below, so you can take a look and listen to the full unedited cut of this experience that happened in Australia. What is going on over the skies? Like I said, there does seem to be some kind of fire on the ground, but whatever that was just hovering in the sky for approximately 3 to 4 minutes. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, look at that, Blake. I think it's basically fading away. And it's so weird because this thing's supposed to be moving to the left, pretty much off picture of what we're looking at here, but it remained in the same area. This is very peculiar.
Take a look at the original link. We got to get to the next video. That this phenomenon happens quite a bit, but this one happened over Phoenix on April 26, 2019. And the Beast Mode 213 has given us permission to share this with you. So take a look at it. You can hear the excitement. They're driving on the highway, and something is appearing in the sky. Just watch it.
Look at those lights. Those are definitely not flares. Look at how low they are. No, baby, those are not light lamps. From where? They cannot be lanterns. Mira, look at those planes that are going over there.
Yeah, they have fire. They're lanterns.
Okay, you're saying they're lanterns? Okay. You'll see some more popping up right now. Watch. They're not lanterns.
All right, it sounds like there's a little debate between the 2 people or 3 people in the cabin. The car itself, they're arguing with each other. Is this a Chinese lantern? Are these flares? And both have their own opinions. So let's kind of break it down. What's your thoughts on what's going on in this video? Obviously, Phoenix has had the Phoenix lights back in the past, and can we say that the Phoenix lights have returned? Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I like that they actually captured this and they're taking the effort to actually photograph what's happening in the sky. I do believe that these are flares. We saw some lights actually come from the right side of the screen that moved left, and they're dropping flares, in my opinion, Blake. It's a test.
Yeah, military exercise, but then some people might state that maybe, just maybe, there is a UFO activity over Arizona. And the point about this is that you can state that these are possibly Chinese lanterns or a military exercise, flares.
Yeah, I heard the woman say that she thought these were Chinese lanterns, and no, we could rule those out. These are much too bright. They're too far away to project that emission of light. These are definitely, if anything, military flares that are producing this kind of look. Could it be something else? There's always a possibility, but I do believe this is an exercise.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I think out of the videos that we watched tonight, that one out of Australia really kind of bewilders me, of this static tethered black cloud that basically stays stationary for minutes. And you would have thought that it would have dissipated so quickly with the winds.
It would have moved away.
You would have thought. And I think what we're looking at is a possibility of a weather phenomenon. Videos coming in from Canada and San Clemente along with Oregon. Let's just get to it right now. Alright, we had to mute the video due to some colorful language.
Can't zoom in anymore. I can see it better with real eyes. Looks like a tree. It's like a pine tree. doesn't look far.
This video was captured by a bunch of animals. He's got his YouTube channel. He posted it up a few days ago. We got permission to share it with you. The link is below so you could watch the original yourself, but let's get to it right now. What are we looking at? Captured in Milton, Ontario, Canada. Is this some kind of, dare I say it, humanoid in the sky? Or something else? I got Brett here and I want to get his opinion along with yours. Leave the comments below. What is going on in the skies? Yeah, I'm looking at the surrounding environment. Things seems to be actually fairly calm. I don't see any trees moving. I could tell it's very cold over there. And at the end of this video, you see this thing kind of have an idea of where it wants to go. It moves fairly fast right there at the end and it seems to want to touch down somewhere. What is this thing? All right, I'm wondering if it's some kind of drone, possibly, or maybe balloons just floating across, but it doesn't make any sense. It seems quite large. I'm kind of trying to get the scale of this thing, and it might be the size of a small vehicle. You're right, Brent. It does seem that the trajectory it's on seems like there's a coordination behind it. Something is flying this thing. Is it something controlled from the ground? The person that shot this, he basically states that he doesn't hear anything. It's definitely cold out there. You would have thought you would hear some propeller blades. Drones are kind of loud. You could hear them from a distance, but this thing's large. So whatever it is, I don't think it's a helicopter. I don't think it's a trash bag floating in the wind. This thing seems like it could be a humanoid type ET craft. I also like the way he zooms in and out. To get perspective, we see that basically, we could roll out CGI on this. This is a legit video, and let me tell you, they're getting hard to discern nowadays. But this one, I could pretty much say, is 100% genuine. And what we're looking at is a genuine UFO. We can't explain what it is. And I invite you to give us your opinions. What do you think? Happened over Ontario, Canada this past week. Again, thanks to a bunch of animals for submitting their video to us, and the link is below. Take a look at it. Now, let's get to this one. Coming in from Oregon, a strange, bright UFO object in the skies. Watch this. Again, we had to lower the volume. There was some music in the background that could have been some kind of copyright issue, so we had to mute it, unfortunately. But right now, we're looking at this video of some bright object. We're not exactly sure what it is we're looking at, but right now, it seems like a UFO, and it's very bright. I don't know, Brent, what's your thoughts here? Yeah, that thing's huge, whatever it is. You can see it's at some distance. I'm noticing these two kind of like, it looks like it could be propulsion on both sides of this shiny object. It almost seems to dissipate of some sort of gases of some sort. What are we looking at? I know we had the eclipse. I'm gonna speculate last week sometime, and I'm looking at this. Could this be the end of the lunar eclipse, some sort of peak end of it when it shined the most brightest at its point? But I'm trying to corroborate the hours between Oregon and the time it took place up there. I think it was dark at this time. This looks like it's more in a dusk moment. So are we looking at the eclipse, the moon eclipse, or is this something otherworldly? I do like the way it's disappears into those clouds, though. It seems like there's some sort of propulsion moving this. Yeah, when we first saw this video, we were looking at it and kind of scratching our heads going, what could this possibly be? Some kind of blimp lit up? Maybe some kind of firework display? Again, it slowly rises into the dark clouds, and you can kind of see some wisp of gases on either left and right side of the object, kind of near the tail end of it, streaming something. I'm not exactly sure. Again, could this be the propulsion system? Could this be some kind of new military design of a UFO that we're looking at, like something we've never seen before? I want to get your thoughts. Or could it be a simple eclipse? We're trying to collaborate the dates and see if they match up comparatively to the eclipse that happened, or did this happen after the eclipse? What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but that's why we're posting it right now on Third Phase of Moon, letting you guys decide. Now, let's get to this next one. Coming in from San Clemente, a large cigar-shaped object hovering over the Pacific Ocean. What are we looking at? Listen to this. Coming in from Smash Tube Dudes. He has some interesting commentary. Listen.
And this craft is, I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks like a blimp, but kind of doesn't. And it seems like it's moving fairly slowly. But it is out over the water quite a ways. And I mean, it's flying slower than a normal airplane. It's low somewhat.
He's actually doing a pretty good job at zooming in, keeping a steady hand comparatively as best he possibly can. And it does seem like there's something large out there.
Get this. It's a trip. Let's see.
I'm not sure. Could this be a blimp?
Just so happens. Yeah, you can see. And of course, my camera won't really focus too well. You can kind of see San Clemente Island out there in the back. And this craft flying through the air. Which I don't know what it is, but yeah, you can see it cruising across. I mean, I've seen plenty of blimps in my lifetime. It doesn't really look like a blimp, but can't completely rule it out. But man, I wish I could get better video of this, because it's definitely a trippy craft. And yeah, so
this large object, whatever it is, in the sky over San Clemente seems very symmetrical. Usually a blimp has some kind of shapes that differ from one end to the other, but this is symmetrical all the way through its horizontal design here. And what exactly we're looking at could be metallic. This thing looks massive. Maybe the size of half a football field. We've heard of large UFOs exiting and entering the Pacific Ocean. Is there maybe some kind of underwater military base releasing UFOs out there? We have thousands of sightings from the coast off San Clemente every year. Exactly what's going on below the ocean over there is still a mystery, but right now we're trying to figure out exactly what this object is. And what do you think, Brent?
Yeah, take a look at that. That thing's huge. It looks like your classic flying saucer, that's for sure. If I saw this, I'd film this. Smash Tube Dudes, great job on it. What I'm looking at first I thought it could have been maybe a banner being pulled by a small Cessna, but then I'm thinking to myself, this thing's moving too slow. It just like hovers there and just creeps to the left over there. So again, could it be a Goodyear blimp? And let's just say if it is, it's over the ocean. What in the world would it be doing out there? I did a little research, and I know there was a PGA golf game, I think 60 miles away from this place, San Clemente, and they did have a Goodyear blimp over there. Could this be the blimp going from transportation from San Clemente to the PGA Tour? I'm not sure, but whatever we're looking at, it's compelling.
Yeah, exactly, Brett. 60 miles, I think it was in San Diego to San Clemente, that a blimp would traverse that far away over the Pacific Ocean. Doesn't really much make sense. And I think the blimp was actually at the PGA Tour during this event, so it could rule out 60 miles would be impossible for this man to capture it above his rooftop in San Clemente all the way to San Diego. It's just out of the question. So whatever it is, two different places, one object confirmed a blimp, and another object over San Clemente. We don't know exactly what it is. We want to thank everybody for joining us right here at Third Phase Moon. Again, leave your comments below. We want to hear your opinions. It's really important to us. And if you've captured anything amazing out there, you know where to submit it, right here at Third Phase Moon. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.